Yeah, yeah, in the sky it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's another episode of Blerds Eye View on this Thursday evening. What's going on, everybody? For those who are watching and have been supporting the show, thank you. Also, you know what you can do now? You can give stars on the Blerds Eye View Facebook page. So, you know, show your love, help support the show. We out here. I told you, we out here. We're not here to play games. We already on your television. We might be in your living rooms in other forms. Who knows? Who want what? Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching on the YouTube channel. Show your love, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that great jazz. You can hear us just about everywhere you listen to your podcast, and you can also catch us now on Roku and Amazon Fire through the Always Press Record television app, APR TV. Shout out to Trey Lawson out there. He's doing a great, awesome job with us, and it's great partnering up with him. But without further ado, let me get the ship's mechanic on board here. Let me get him in here. Black Spartan, what's going on?
I feel like I should have a cigarette in my mouth and say, look, man, the carburetor gonna take about 2 weeks.
What's happening? Brand new father in the building. I know we announced it earlier this week, but brand new father. It seems like the young one is taking on your attributes already.
Oh dear God. I am halfway happy, halfway concerned.
It's like, what did I do?
It's like, oh, he hasn't started speaking. The sad part is he hasn't started speaking yet. That's the part in the back of my head. Like right now, everything is verbal cues. So nothing is said yet.
Wait until you get to the point where he does speak, and when you come home from the gym, you're like, what are you doing up? You're like, what are you doing up? I guess we're both up now.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that'll be the day he says something. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. That's how it always is. When I realized the first time I had to yell at my own son, it was something he did. It was so long ago, and when I stopped, and I'm like, that's what my father was talking about. Okay.
You can see that sinister laugh in the background. Just
yeah. It just come full circle. You know, it's just like, oh my God.
It's like you just want to sit there and be like, yes, it is your turn now.
I guess I can see my dad now just sitting back, just finally, the chickens have come home to roost.
Oh,
by the way, my father does not talk like that. I'm just embellishing. Like, is his father British? No, I'm no, he's not British.
I mean,
far from it.
It's just a different enunciation on it.
Yeah, that's it. I made it a colorful commentary. So that's what I did. So it's been a crazy couple of days. It's just been a crazy couple of days. We've gotten slapped with trailers left and right. We've gotten all types of news. Like it seems like they said, oh, we're going to go dead silent for some news for the week. And then we're just like, okay. Everybody looks at each other and says, hold my beer. No, you hold my beer. It's my turn now.
It's basically Austin Powers where they send in the news. That's what you got. That was this week. This week was like, we just choose violence.
Yeah, everything. We are not letting up. We are not letting up. Despite how many feel about it, this is where it crosses the realms. And this isn't part of the Blurred news, but Mandalorian just had premiere their latest episode. And I'm at work in the parking lot, because I have some time, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, wait, is that Jack Black's voice I hear? And then I look and I'm like, oh, I like Jack Black.
Yeah.
I love him, and then I hear a woman's voice and I'm like, wait a minute. I said, is that Lizzo? It is. I was just like, I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh
I
well,
was
I mean, it's Jack Black. What it's like in a world of fantasy, why would he not fit with any character? And of course, in Lizzo, you're right. She came on there just in all elegance and royalty
and all her regalness. Shout out to the wardrobe team once again. Good Lord, the wardrobe teams in sci-fi and fantasy and superhero films, they are really stepping up. They really brought their A game. So
it's the budget.
It's the budget.
It's the budget. If you got to think about it, imagine the person that had to first come up with the Mandalorian gear and say, "Look, I cannot do this on $200."
Hold on, I gotta go get the door. My brother at the door. Hold on, be right back.
All right. I'm just gonna point that out. Hey, there
we go. All right.
What's goody?
What's up next?
What's up next?
My man, do you speak geek? All in the building. You know, like I said, this door is always open. He left his key in, so he had to go get it.
Yeah, man. I had to come back and left a pair of socks last time.
Not a pair of socks.
Yeah, man. Hey, fresh socks, man.
Fresh socks.
You know. A fresh pair of socks
changes your life.
it can make a shitty day shiny. I'm telling you, a fresh pair of socks.
But the first time my wife said, she was like, "Your feet, you just seem like you tired on your feet." And this was a couple years back. I feel like you tired on. She was like, I was speaking to a coworker and he was saying, "Put on a fresh pair of socks in the middle of the day, like while you're at work." And I did it one time, and I'm like, "Son of a bitch." I wanted to, how you do that kick your heels and everything.
you got a little pep in your step.
Hey,
put a fresh pair of socks on, all of a sudden you just feel jovial.
I don't know, I feel that way about cheesecake, but I never tried fresh pair of socks.
Maybe it's
about on the same level.
I'm going to add that to the list of things. You can't have a bad day. You can't have a bad day with a fresh pair of socks on.
See, now when we get in our old age, we can actually say, kid, you know what makes your day better? What's that? A fresh pair of socks and cheesecake.
That kid will be so confused.
He'll be like, "What?"
Well, see, but think about it. In every martial arts film, in every sci-fi, fantasy, superhero, there's a piece of knowledge that is given to the one that's coming up who doesn't understand it.
True.
Until that moment comes.
It was always that you take Kung Fu Panda of all things. You yourself, but I'm fat.
But then he realized, oh, that's what he meant. Yeah, that's what he. I mean, even Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, perfect example.
Oh,
when
man.
Peter B. Parker says it's a leap of faith, and he's just randomly talking. And what happened later on in the movie? Miles had a leap of faith.
Yep. You're right though. It is certain lines in movies that just in things that just make you just want to go, okay, it doesn't make any sense now. And then 5 minutes later, oh, okay. I'm not gonna knock the knowledge, but all right.
Yeah. Don't put the cheesecake in the socks. Exactly. Don't put them in the socks.
No, that's not a good look.
That's a totally different.
To-go plates have been invented, sir. You can do a to-go plate. You don't have to use the socks. I ain't never, sir. Every Dollar General or Family Dollar and anywhere in your location. I mean, if you got $2 to-go plates, just say it.
To-go plate. That's all you need. That is all you need. But yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days with all the news. There's been talk. Donald Glover has been still talking to Disney.
Good old Lando.
He wants that Lando spinoff. I say give it to him. I mean, here's the thing:
give Don Glover anything he wants. Because at this point, I'm willing to offer him a kidney and
a fresh pair of socks.
A fresh pair of socks and a relative. You would just give us a studio release of Saturday, because that song is incredible. We heard it in the Gullah Island movie.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
And it was he performed on Saturday Night Live, and I was like, oh yeah, this new album getting ready to be fired. And that song was not up there. And I have been pissed since.
That's how he gets you. That's how he gets you.
It's like, but he does. He has a very.
Damn it, Donald.
The man is there. He's becoming a renaissance man at this point. Like some of the stuff, these projects you're involved in, I'm like, dude, I'm with it. Just say the word. Not everybody can give you an interview and freestyle it,
right,
and still hold the conversation.
Yeah,
multifaceted. I'm just like,
if the magical Negro was a person,
it would be Donald Glover.
The magical.
And we would be okay with that one at that point. We're okay. We will be okay with that, like we're okay with Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder. That's not okay.
Some shit just get a pass.
It's unfortunate, but it's just like when you look at it for what it is, you just like
that sounds like a black exploitation film. Come see the magical Negro.
He really can do anything.
That sounds like something the WB would put out when they had that double thing going on.
That was actually part of his cold opening in SNL. Go back like SNL episode. Donald Glover, he was I really can do anything. I'm like, I believe you, Donald Glover.
I believe. Like, I wouldn't doubt that you know Mary Poppins. I wouldn't doubt
who else can host the SNL and be the performing act under two different names, and we all get it? Like, Donald Glover is not Charles Gambino. They're two different people. I get it.
Two different people.
That's fair. Nah, it's just
it's the whole play.
If he does get, I will say this: if he does get to let's play devil's advocate. If he did get to do a Star Wars, whether it's animated, live action, just off the top of your head, what would be the project you give him?
If it was, say that again. If it was
open season as far as Star Wars,
give him the Lando. Give him the Lando. Mm-hmm. Solo was not a bad movie.
It is now. It just didn't have enough texture to it, but it wasn't bad.
It was not a bad movie. It had the unfortunate time of being released on a holiday that people are normally barbecuing, so they're not really hitting movies like that. And I don't think the push was like that strong for it.
But I wish it wasn't. I wish it was more of a Disney Plus movie than it was a theatrical release.
Yeah,
it would have made sense.
If you think about it, even Black Widow's not a bad film. It's just really bad timing.
I don't know if Donald Glover. We've seen Donald Glover as far as a director and a producer and a writer. I mean, we all watched Atlanta, and if you haven't watched Swarm, please go watch that shit.
Good God.
But if I had to give him a Star Wars property outside of Lando, only because I desperately want to see that shit, Darth Bane, Rule of Two.
Ooh. Okay, I can see him taking a twisted story. I can see him taking that and going completely twisted with it.
I like it.
Give him the ball and let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, I like it.
Especially if he made all the Siths, just to tick off certain people, made all the Siths black and said the rule of two has to apply to persons of color.
Listen, we want him to be alive for the premiere, okay?
Yeah, the rule of two is
we must protect the magical Negro. That's part of it, okay?
That's part of the magical Negro. I'm gonna make all the Siths black.
We have to protect him. We can't be
not just saying we gotta wait till we get crossed. We gotta get through the door first, and then But yeah, it's like the dude, like you're right, Nix. Swarm literally had me and my wife like, is it real? I'm like, hold on, just hold on, just wait a minute. It's 3 a.m. I'm not even supposed.
I wasn't even going to watch it, but shout out to the pervs on Twitter because they said, "Yo, the first 2 minutes is gonna have you drawn." So I'm like, "What you mean?" And like, oh,
yeah, that's
it. Yeah, it was like it was so talked about. I'm just like, I know it can't be that long of a scene. It can't be.
It's not, but the focus. What killed me was the focus.
Not signed to Parkwood.
Right.
not up on the Beyonce as you doing this.
Right. We was all like, I'm like, clutch the pearls.
Right. That's just
clutch the pearls.
Hey, bitch, you my daughter's age. You gonna cut this shit out? But
what is going on?
the scariest part about the Swarm show is that it ain't even the show that's scary. It's the fact that these people exist, my dude.
Yeah,
these people. There's somebody out there. There's somebody out here in this world right now that will cut you from entrance to exit just for the opportunity to sniff the menstrual stains from Beyonce's draws.
Yep. The beehive is real.
Just for the chance to sniff them.
Yeah, just the simple fact that all those acts that took place were real.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't all happen because of Beyonce, but those events happened.
What's wild is the disclaimer at the beginning of every episode.
This is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
Although
like this is a work of fiction, but it is definitely intended to I mean, it was like wow, like
it can be.
The hive can be scary, yes.
But you know,
if Beyonce turned into a villain right now, it's a wrap for the United States of America.
Listen, I will fight all the Barbies and all the Barty gang before I go up against that hive, son. Straight up. I will shoot.
Like, you like even the Star Wars fans, like, you were one of us. You were meant to battle. Not against this. I don't know. I don't think you understand how this works.
There's certain cults you just don't fight.
Yeah,
just certain ones.
I will walk into a con right now and say fuck Obi-Wan and Spock and square it with everybody before I say anything about Beyonce. I will fight all the Trekkies and all the Star Wars fans.
That's what they say. Oh, there's something wrong with him. There's something. Right. They be ready to fight, but like, no, something really wrong with him. Like, he's wrong.
No,
the Swarm is good. It is good. It's good. It's well shot. When you actually look up the events that some of these things were based off of, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's when you realize, if you didn't know before, there's some crazy sons of bitches out there today.
This is why I stopped going to concerts. Immediately paranoia. Just
if somebody kind of slow, if they pull the Assassin's Creed move when they walk through the crowd and move past you, you just like, it's time to go. I don't want to be here right now. I don't know.
Like you look up to the crowd and you see people just falling. Like, it's
you say that. I'm looking for a bald man in a red tie. That's usually my thing. If I see a bald man with a red tie, I'm out.
What's crazy is I saw that in public and it wasn't a cosplay. Scared the shit out of me. I was like, no, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
So geek by heart, she's like, yo, what did I just walk into? My fuck up. So we're talking about the Swarm. We're saying that we would not go against the hive.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Laney, yo. Appreciate you popping in. But
what
I was saying, Laney, that I'll fight all the Trekkies and all the Star Wars fans while I fight the Beehive.
There's like three undefeated forces of nature in life. The Beehive is one of them. Because I ain't never seen the Beehive take an L.
No.
I'm just saying.
I don't know what you want to call. I don't know what you want to call Riri's camp, but
the army.
Yeah. The hive and the army, those are just two forces right now.
Listen, I will go to Anime NYC and at the top of my chest scream fuck Goku and Sailor Moon before I say anything about Beyonce.
Nobody wants to get their ass beat to lift me up. That's all.
Not at all. Not at all. I just pictured that in my head.
I did too.
I might just getting dog walked.
It's like it's all in slow motion. It's just everything. Oh my god! It's in slow motion.
Probably wondering how I got here,
right? just the ass beating just to that point.
Oh god!
Oh my god! That is a bit. That's a sight now. That's a sight. That is definitely something to think about. He said with all the chest.
Hey, Chris, you really should think about inviting Laney on here one night for real.
She came on before, you know. She came on before.
Well, Laney, come back. Shit.
Yeah. She came on. I think it was a horror thing or something. But yeah, the link's in the chat. Go ahead, jump in there, Laney, if you want.
She watches the horror movies, so we don't have to.
She does. Bless her sweet soul.
She be diving into some. She be diving into ones you can't forget.
She writes for the Blerds Eye View site, and when I say there's time every time she sends something, I'll read it. And I'm like, Lord, thank you. So I didn't have to, because I have been one of those ones who every time when me and my wife first were starting to date and everything else, we still always go to the movies, but we were really like horror movies, we were on them. And then after a while, they just stopped holding. Horror movies just weren't the same. It became torture porn, and it was just out of control. And then the plot sucked. You know, what was that? Game Over. Good Lord. That's the one with Frankie Muniz. After that, I was just like, yeah, I am done. I will watch it on Sci-Fi Channel or something like that. I am done.
So, how many Final Destinations can we actually have? Considering the name of the movie is Final Destination, it's like,
and but in Final Destination's defense, we had got to the point where it wasn't so much torture porn. It was just hilarity.
But they messed up a lot of generation people. Every time you get behind a truck with logs now.
Dude, I just seen that last week.
Click.
I was doing 70, and then I seen the truck, like it was like 5 cars up. You know, it was some cars in between us. I literally like boom, cut back, change lanes, fall back.
I feel bad for every trucker that has to log wood now, because you got paranoid people that is just trying to cover behind you.
And what's the boxer name? I forget his name. Not Adrian Broner, but it was another boxer who was memed up heavily after saying to this day. But when it comes to those log trucks, to this day,
not Tyson Fury,
not but driving behind one.
Wilder, Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder.
To this day, not driving behind one.
I do not mess around.
I don't drive behind log trucks. I don't touch nail guns. Whatever.
I
stay off wooden roller coasters.
Oh
yeah, you can't. No, wooden roller coasters that are older than most cars. No.
Yeah, I don't go near bars. I don't go to bars that's near the airport. None of that. I don't.
Nail guns.
I'm cautious around people who's running a lawnmower.
And if I see a bus within 3 blocks, I'll wait.
Good.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
That makes you want to look twice. That makes you look 3 times when you cross the street. It's like you ain't gonna catch people with the surprise bus that comes out of nowhere when I thought the street was clear.
No
scrap metal just lying around, all that stuff. You like, here, get this gas grill. No, I'm cool with the charcoal. I'm cool with the charcoal. I'm fine.
Don't trust that pilot light. You'll get surprised.
Not at all.
I don't mess with flocks of pigeons. None of
heck no.
Pigeons ain't the problem.
I don't fuck with javelins.
It literally, and it starts with that damn logging truck. Everything else just falls to the wayside. I'm good. Oh my god.
No, ducks scare me, because I seen a bunch of ducks jump a dog.
At least I ain't gotta worry about tanning beds.
That's true.
That is also, that's the most confusing thing. You ever seen a black person work at a tanning bed salon?
It's a joke. Why do you work here?
I was like, I was leaving the gym.
What exactly?
Are you here as a template? Like, what's going on?
It was one person will leave my gym, just happen to see them working there, and something told me to go investigate. I had to go ask, like, are you just a good salesperson, or is this the gig? What is this, the gimmick you doing?
Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Because I was gonna stay and say,
are they making you do
enrichment is immaculate.
You say, what perks are you receiving? Like
it can't be free tanning.
I got
there'll be more to it than that.
When you getting 15% off of? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm like,
you let you keep towels? What's going on?
Because I'm like, I don't want to be mean and be rude, but I'm like, unless you just, if you try to get the bag, good for you. But You just can't expect somebody of the potato salad variety to come through and be like, yo, give me what you got.
Say every time they get a new client, he or she steps out the tanning bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, it works. What? Sign me up. Oh my God. Without further ado.
How black do you want to be today?
Right.
Oh God,
we have a nice bronze Michael B. Jordan, or we want that Lupita look.
This is a skit waiting to be written now.
Do you want to go Robin Gibbons or Crunchy Black?
Right. This past weekend we seen Saturday Night Live. Quinta Brunson. Shout out to Quinta Brunson being the host. I was dead set on watching that one, and we said it in the chat. The weekend update,
man,
with Colin Jost and Michael Shea has got to be some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen on SNL.
I think every episode, I think they cut the breaks just one line at a time every episode. Because at some point, them two gonna say some shit that's gonna get the whole show.
They gonna get everything shut down.
Look, and what they got away with so far, the unwritten jokes the other person uses to say, I was like, oh, they just trying to one up each other now.
It's the one-upsmanship, and then it's the I think it's either their Christmas episodes or their season-ending episode when they have to read each other's jokes like they've never seen the joke. Mm-hmm. Those go over so well that it's just like, I didn't know you were pushing the button this far, but I like it. So
see, I couldn't do that. Like, there are just certain content creators. I'm sorry, I don't trust you. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it with Kurt. Kurt.
No, Kurt.
Hell no. I'm not doing it with Skip. No way. No way. I'm not doing it with Candy B.
There's times I have to text Candy. I'm like, all right, Candy, go to bed. Tell 8 to come get you and go to bed.
There are just certain people I'm not playing this game. No, thank you.
That level of petty. Ooh.
But what they did what Michael Shea did this past weekend, because it was on April Fool's Day. Mm-hmm. and every joke Colin told, it was like, it wasn't a big crack out loud. It was like you might have heard like 4 people laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
By the third read,
he broke Jost with this one.
He broke him. He was just like, somebody yelled like, what did they yell? You suck or something? It was like, it was just like, I told him not to laugh at your jokes for April Fool's Day. He was like, yo, that is the meanest thing. I was in tears. He was like, I'm sweating. He was like, he couldn't recover for the next joke. He tried.
See that's petty, and I approve.
It was good. It was this is how you do comedy. When you can just literally, when I always say that if you poke fun at everybody, nobody's a victim. And when you can really tell a joke and how they're operating, that's good. That's just good funny, because it's not derogatory. It's just let's push the line. Let's push the line and see where we go with it. Like I think it was a Christmas episode. It was a Christmas episode when Colin Jost was reading the joke. He's like, I'm not reading this. He's like, no, you got to. And he says, I'm not reading this cue card because there's a black person holding the cue card and you're fired. Merry Christmas, homeboy. And I'm just like, and the person that was holding the cue card was in on the joke. And I'm like,
he's like, I am not reading this. This is the level of petty.
So
I wouldn't even trust Navy Montel to do that with. No way.
This is why I said that if we were to do a panel at BlurCon,
the cons get shut down.
Yeah, we might not come back. We might be.
There might not be a dry in the house. There might not be a dry in the house, but you might not get an invite. You might not get
the name of the panel would have to be called "We're Sorry, Hilton."
We're sorry. We're sorry. Like, what is this for? And like, what are y'all doing? y'all know we can't have any strippers. Oh no, we're not even doing that. No.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't even like that.
But we're sorry.
I'm like, no, strippers is the next ballroom. That's not us.
We ain't got nothing to do with that.
That day when it goes on the next ballroom is hey, they paid for it. Ain't us.
There's a group of us. It will be myself, DC, Nix, Navy Montel, Skip, Kurt. Yeah.
Oh, we would get the con shut down.
You know what?
And we don't know how to stop when it's necessary.
You know what? Actually, I take it back, Nix. I don't think the con would get shut down. I think they would get a little bit. They would get more attention than what they planned on. But I don't think the con would get shut down.
Everybody be like, "Did you go to that panel?" Like, "Oh my god, did you go to that panel? Did you go to that panel?"
They was only supposed to be in there for an hour. They were in there for about 3-4 hours.
They were in there till they got everybody panel pushed back.
just the roast session. Just the
God.
Oh man.
man.
The roast session, and what's going on, Newton? The roast session and oh, you want me to send it? Hold on, I can send it to you. Hold on. No, it's in the issue. Yeah, let me give it to you. But yeah, the roast session would be non-ending and insane.
Yep.
It'll be insane. But let me get this going real quick.
But everybody would have fun with it, though. See, that's the thing about it. Everybody has fun with it. It's just when you get the uncomfortable ones, that's the ones that's gotta, be like offended. Hey, don't hey. You understand the words. You understand the game. You understand how the roast game goes. Fire to fire a palm.
Like,
right.
Listen, before you walk in this room, if you are sensitive about anything, it'd be your best. It'd be the best thing for you to do is to leave.
Just go and leave now, because you leave now, cry later. Up to you.
Y'all be up for 3 straight days. Hey, listen. Like, look, you gotta just give us a whole room at the con.
Something.
We're getting it shut. Oh my god! And we have to go, and we have to go on tour. We have to go on tour. Do Dragon Con.
See, just call it the lack of apology tour.
Yeah. Newton, I just sent it to you. I put it under Keisha Demon Eater. So yeah. So without further ado, I'm gonna get over here and get to the news, because this is insane. This is crazy. So we just got first looks for the new Superman. What is it? Adventures. My Adventures with Superman.
My Adventures with Superman. Yeah.
We just got first looks of it. Jack Quaid, who plays Huey from The Boys. This looks good. I'm wondering how this sounds. They did have a sound bite.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be on Adult Swim, which makes me wonder, because it's Adult Swim and it's odd. Because you never know what to expect. But the visuals are great.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, so I don't know. It's manga style, so
you know what? I got hope in it. Now, because it's Adult Swim, they might. I would think of it, well, because again, this is under Gunn stewardship, so I would like to say it follows Justice League Unlimited with a little bit of Young Justice, just because of how their stories mesh.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not. I don't think it'll be bad. I think it'll be different, if that makes sense.
Right.
I just hope they're not going to try to
Velma it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hope that they're not trying to hop on the Harley Quinn wave.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Harley Quinn on HBO Max is an entity by itself, and it works because it's Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to take that same energy and apply it to Superman,
it
might not go over well.
Right.
Could you imagine Superman with Harley Quinn personality?
Not at all.
It would not. No, even worse. What if they try to give Lois Lane Harley Quinn's personality?
Even if they tried to make everything around him super inappropriate and just have him cringe at everything because he's the Boy Scout, it'd be kind of whack.
Yeah,
he's modest.
You're not missing anything for the Velma.
Yeah, you have to watch Velma. Okay, good. Keep it that way.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, look, I try to encourage people to watch things, but no, Just
I had subjected myself to it, and I'm just like, I don't mind tongue-in-cheek humor. I don't mind it. However, when you took a property like Velma and it was a tongue-in-cheek with every sentence, and it was self-deprecating in most senses, and it was just doing too much. It was like it was trying too hard. And then I said, are they trying to get it to a point where these kids get back together and become a squad again or whatever? And yes, that's what it was. I said, you took the long way around to tell this story. Get it? I got it. They're in high school. Things happen when you grow up with people. When you get to high school, you find your cliques. But then you find that these things are kind of forcing you back together. That's fine. However, there was just too much jab. It was too jokey. It was too Harley Quinn, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it just didn't mesh.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
it got a second season. That's the wild part.
That's the crazy part. It got a second season, and you know, I don't even have a problem. You know, people were fussing about Shaggy. Well, he's not called Shaggy. He's called
Shaggy is not his real name.
It's not his real name. He called him by his real name. That's what it is. You know, and I get some of the jokes were necessary.
Yeah,
not all the jokes.
But the fact it got a second season is still mystifying me.
Yeah.
That's like
because it wasn't just the fans who shit on this. Critics shit all over this too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was like in one loud voice, we all sat there and said no.
And the fact they got a second season, I'm like, is Vince McMahon in charge of this? Like, what's going on?
It's like, did he really pull that one out of his pocket? I don't know.
I think somebody at Warner Brothers. Yeah.
I sent it to Keisha Demon Hunter on IG, Newton.
Yeah, well, you are exactly right. Look, again, this is just our opinions. If you really want to watch it, feel free, but I wouldn't.
Just know that we try to tell you.
You were warned. You have been warned.
It was all types of bad. Even lady said it. He was like, "Oh God, yeah." So
good.
And
I think she's asking where she send the link to.
Yeah, I just told her. Okay. I put it on there on the IG, so I hopefully because I sent him a couple messages. He just didn't catch it. Yeah. He says I'm good. I have other things to watch. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Go watch some other stuff.
Yes, you do have other things to watch.
You're not missing anything.
Go watch Gotham Knights instead.
Woo! Why?
I went there.
You said that man from a hole in the wall to a gasoline lit fire. Why?
Right.
I would rather put someone on to Gotham Knights than
I would rather have them watch The Nanny.
There's nothing wrong with The Nanny, but
The Nanny was great.
Fran Drescher's voice, I just can't get past.
Yeah, she has a shrill voice, but I mean, the show was great.
Yeah,
I just can't get past.
But still, what's going on, Newton?
Oh, that's my dude right there. Hold on.
Hey, what's up, man?
I didn't know if you was getting the messages and I was sending them to you. I didn't know if you was getting the messages and I was sending them to you.
Yeah, the problem is that I get messages all over from all my social media accounts. I couldn't remember where we were talking. I was like, I can't find this dude. So it took me a while. Yeah.
So tell everybody who you are.
If you all don't have these, please get your hands on the copies of these books today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those who are wondering, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Newton Lillevoix. I'm the writer and creator of both Crescent City Monsters and Keisha Demon Eater, and also another book called Shattered Visions, where I work with G.J. Sterling. So that's the short of it.
That's the short of it.
Okay, so real quick, I enjoyed this one. This one was awesome.
Okay.
Bruh. You ate on man. Whew, that's all I'm gonna say.
Always a good time here at Blerds Eye. So
Thanks.
Tell them about Crescent City Monsters, and then we're gonna talk about Keisha Demon Eater.
Okay, yeah. So Crescent City Monsters follows Jonas. He's a blues musician, and he's deep seated in that New Orleans supernatural world. And someone in that supernatural world puts a bounty on his head, and he doesn't know who or why. And while he tries to figure that out, the monsters of New Orleans are after him because of that bounty. Now, that's the pitch I usually use. There's a lot more to it.
The thing is that the visuals I get, because the minute you say New Orleans, I'm just like,
yeah,
it's not covered enough. It's not covered enough.
Yeah. That's the quick pitch, because it's so layered that I can only really talk about certain segments of it. And if I want to pitch it real quick, if I don't want to bore somebody to death with all the details.
So Keisha Demon Eater. Well, no, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
No, you had me at Bounty. You had me at Bounty, New Orleans, in a voodoo background. I was like, I'm good.
Will, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm gonna go look this. I'm gonna go look this up. Like, hang on a second.
Oh my god.
It's
yeah.
When you have, this is what I love about Black content creators, especially in the blurred space. We got some stories.
Yeah.
We got some stories. Don't get me wrong. X-Men is cool. Batman is cool. It's all cool.
Yeah.
But when you get to the indie side, there are some stories.
Yeah.
That need to be told, that have to be told. There's art. Good Lord. The arts.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's like it's just not me creating really great stories. There's like so many other Black creators out there who's creating some really dope stories, providing some really amazing artwork, in the indie scene, and it's just a matter of like, when people say, oh, we need more Black heroes, we have them already. It's just that, it just needs a little bit more profile, a higher profile, so people can be aware of them, because there's a lot of great creators out there who's creating some really amazing things that you can live off of. You don't even need Marvel and DC.
It's just the spotlight on it. Like it's like you said, there's so many of them out there, but it's the outlet of actually finding them, or getting that exposure. Because you told me that, and I was like, dude, I'm about to find out where I can get these two comics, because now I want to read them. So just hearing you give that little bit of description was like, okay. And then I saw Nick's, because he literally showed the comics in his hands. I'm like, I already dig the artwork just from looking over at Nick's. I'm like, man, okay. And then, again, that's like Chris said, that's all it usually takes. And we usually having those people out there, such as yourself, to really not only give beautiful artwork, but just stories that you wouldn't normally hear in the mainstream of comics. That's a beautiful thing, and that's the reason why I stay broke. But go ahead.
When you have properties from comic companies like Concrete, and good Lord, there's a slew of them, because they're all just pouring in right now. Guardians of the Homie and everything else.
Concrete, Midnight Comics.
Shout out to the crew over there at Midnight Comics. They're doing great things.
Godhood
comic, yes, Godhood, yes. And when you have these properties like what Rodney Barnes is doing with Blackula, Philadelphia, Bitterroot, these are stories. You're just like, I am all in this.
I caught on the Philadelphia late, by the way, and I apologize to the Blur community completely for that, because Philadelphia is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And adding another one to the list.
Yes,
bro. I will fill a Google Doc for you if you want. Straight up.
I might need you to send me a list of those titles, Nick, so I can.
I got you. Don't worry. I got you.
So Keisha Demon Eater, I read the synopsis on this one, and I'm just like,
I keep looking at it. Good God.
I need this in my life.
It's bad when you seriously contemplate buying a second issue just so you can pull out some of the artwork and put it up.
Yeah, see?
But I don't want to destroy the book. You know what I mean? It's like,
you bought the second one and you still don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh man.
Yeah, so Keisha is follows 16-year-old Keisha. Again, she's from New Orleans. So she's possessed. She gets possessed by a demon when her and her friends who are uh ghost hunters, they accidentally release a demon and she gets possessed. And so what happens is she gains the attention of a demon hunter. So then her family is like, okay, not only are you possessed by this demon, now you're this demon hunter's after you. So they send her over to her aunt in Kansas, who has like mystical powers, and she can exorcise demons, get rid of Keisha's demons. So they send her there, but when she gets there, she realizes that there's so much danger that she needs her demon to survive. So like the very reason why she's there to get rid of her demon, now she needs her demon to actually stay alive. So it's like a turn of events, you know. Yeah, so that's Keisha Demon Eater. It's in the same world as Crescent City Monsters, but there's not too much of an overlap because you know, I'm still early in both stories and I didn't want to keep track of, you know, the timelines. So I just included a couple of characters that was in Crescent City Monsters into Keisha, but and they had like a couple of pages, but for the most part, you know, it's so far it's two different stories. You know, I enjoy writing both of them. They're a little different. Crescent City Monsters is very layered. It's got a lot of subplots to it. So you have the main character Jonas, but then you have all these other subplots running along with it, you know, and they're finally going to merge and into one big, you know, explosive finale. But Keisha is more of a, like, you know, it's not too layered. It's only really one one plot going, and but it's fun. I created Keisha because I wanted to create a story that was fun, a little less complex, but still had some really texture and layering to it in terms of just the people and the characters into it. So and especially for like my daughters, I have two daughters. They're into like manga, and they don't really read comics. It's so they like that they think it's like two different worlds. So you know, I wanted to make a character that, you know, that they would enjoy reading.
That's what I love about us, because we can tell some great stories given the opportunity. And I mean, when you sit back and you hear what people like yourself, Jason Michael Primrose, Malachi Bailey, and all these people, and they're pumping out, and they're pumping out these well crafted stories. I don't mean convoluted like the Clone Saga from Spider-Man. I don't mean convoluted. I mean, this stuff you can hold on to, and you're just like, you're invested. I went there. I never forgave him for that. I never forgave them for that. But when you talk about stories like that, that's well put together, and it's from our perspective, and we're doing things that are outside the realm of possibilities. When you see properties like Milestone Comics, like, yes, it's a DC imprint, but if you really read those stories, they ain't got shit to do with the DC characters.
It don't
like
it don't even feel DC reading.
It don't.
Yeah, that's feel DC reading.
Like, they're their own thing. They're like
there's a certain tone with certain books, and Milestone don't even feel DC.
Yeah, no. Like they're their own separate entity. This is like, oh, we just happen to be in this world.
Pretty much.
Know? And when you have stuff like that, Lovecraft Country, when you have stories that you can flip, tell it from our perspective and say, yeah, and then you say, hey, I need more of this. I need to see that. You know, when we sitting out here and we're saying, hey, we want to see that comic book, we want to see that movie, we want to see that TV show where we're the lead in that action film, that horror film, that spy thriller, and come off the badass.
Yeah,
you know, doesn't matter if it's a man or woman, we just need to see it, you know.
And still the greatest example, The Harder They Fall. The Harder They Fall was still the greatest example of that.
That was good, man. That was really good. Yeah,
that was
because we were both the good guys and bad guys in that movie.
Yeah,
it just added, like, you know, so much dimension to it. Like you didn't just have like these one-dimensional black characters. The what are they like? They're like 3 black tropes, right?
Yeah.
There's
the altruistic good guy, the villain for a reason.
Yeah, the comic, either the comic relief, the bad guy, or you're usually the
black guy who sacrifices his life or family for the.
Oh, don't forget the already mentioned magical Negro.
Yeah, that's right.
The magical Negro that shows up and teaches life lessons.
Right. I still say in the Harder They Fall, we were robbed of that gunfight. I was looking forward to that gunfight.
Man.
Oh, I was looking forward to that gunfight.
Which one is that one?
The very end. It was the third act. And oh boy, he was talking too much.
Heard you was the fast.
Oh, right. Yeah, the young kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he whipped it out, shot him right in the mouth. And I'm like, damn. Robbed us of an opportunity to see a really good showdown. It was like, you really did talk too much.
I gotta watch that again. I like that. It was good.
But you're right though.
Even the bar, even their sets, even the bar scene where Regina King was at. That I was just like, I know they got a lot of stuff going on in that town, but that bar is laid out. I'm sorry.
Right.
And my wife will tell you, I watch anything with Zazie Beetz in it.
Yeah.
And Regina King, like
her and Jonathan Majors, like I watch anything with them in it. Anything.
Yeah, and Regina King too. Like everything she's been in is gold. It's like everything I watch her is really good. It's like, damn. It's like she picks her movies and TV series really well. It's like, it seems like, I guess maybe that's why she's not as big as she is. I think she really is picky about the work that she takes.
And I think when you're at her level, you need to be.
You got to.
You need to be, because if you don't, if you look at the body of work she's done, is respectable.
Right.
You don't want to just do anything just to get an award. You want to be seen for the work. That you're putting in on screen. You want to be seen for the work.
Really do be taking some serious roles, though. I mean, like you said, Regina takes serious roles. You'll never see Angela Bassett. I know. I said
you didn't have to. You didn't have to. I was ready.
I mean, Angela Bassett never took quote unquote junk roles or roles that are beneath her. So you're right. It's like for some actors and actresses out there, they do take their stuff seriously and for good reason, because you also don't want to get labeled as something. Like you never want to. I'm like, case in point, I always say it like this. I said there's 2 types of actresses out there in the world. There's your Angela Bassett's, and then there's your Jada Pinkett Smiths.
Wow.
Right. Which ones are the ones you got to remember them for, and which ones are you going to remember them from one movie? There's a reason.
Yeah. This is true.
This is true. Because I'm really trying to remember other Jada Pinkett movies besides Set It Off.
I mean,
she was in the Matrix.
Demon Knight.
I mean, she was in the Matrix. She was in Woo, Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice, yeah.
Demon Knight.
Wait a minute, Jada Pinkett in Poetic Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small scene.
Regina King's in Poetic Justice, but
Regina King's in Poetic Justice.
Jada.
I'm sorry. Regina King's in it, not Jada Pinkett. Sorry.
Yeah.
But Jada was in Jason's Lyric, which was okay.
That was actually
the other one.
So Newton, you said did you create Keisha Demon Eater because of your daughters?
Yeah, that was a part of it, because like I said, my daughters, I'm writing Crescent City Monsters, and people are telling me how much they like it, and once in a while, I'll talk to my daughters like, hey, did you read issue number 4 yet? They're like, oh, no, I didn't read it yet. I'm like, yo, meanwhile, they're reading their mangas.
It's like, I need to get these girls switched over.
So I'm like, all right.
Open your mind, Quaid. Open your mind.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. Mangas do have a hold. So as a person that collects and reads them, I get it that you're trying to get your daughters to read something different, and I guess that's what led to the creation of Demon Eater. But yeah, I can see the reason why he did it. And like I said, now I really dang it, now I gotta go read it. Because I was like, the synopsis of what you described. I'm like, dang it, I want to read it now, just because it is so different. And I like different. It's like I like different. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's that curiosity of wanting to know more. But we live in this instant gratification world. It's like, hey, pay for something. Please,
I need it now. I need it now.
Right.
I need it now.
Yeah, it is a little different. I was like, and so Keisha, meaning the comic book, really doesn't look like a manga, in the end, right? But my original intention was to make it manga-like, because even the name I thought was like kind of manga-like. I was like, Keisha, Demon Eater, that kind of sounds like a manga. I was like,
yeah.
If you stretch the title out like a lot longer, it definitely been a manga. Like Keisha, Demon Hunter. I wish I wasn't going to class. That's definitely a manga title right there.
The manga title.
That time I didn't want to go to class.
And I was like, so I was like, all right, and I was gonna use the artist that I used for Crescent City Monsters. Shout out to Giancarlo Bernal, my partner in crime. He's the artist of both Crescent City Monsters and Keisha. Yeah, he's really good. He's amazing. The amazing Giancarlo Bernal. So he
my second favorite Giancarlo. Sorry, but
what's his name? Giancarlo Garcia, not Garcia.
Esposito.
Esposito. Yeah.
He will always be us.
That's my uncle.
He will always be the excellent customer service manager of Hermanos Pollos Locos.
Yeah.
For me, he's always Dean.
Shout out to Gian. So I was gonna go with a different artist, but what happened is I had Gian do like an illustration for me, and I posted it on social media. And the illustration I did was like I wanted to do like some like a contrast. I was like, okay, when you think of a demon eater, you think about someone who's badass. They look, they might be in some black leather suit and some crazy swords and what have you. So I was like, let me do something a little bit that kind of like that's in contrast to that, right? So I was like, let's make her a 16-year-old girl. She's got the afro puffs. How innocent can that's the most like innocent black girl kind of look you can go with. And I was like, let's put her in a school uniform, that even looks even more like just wholesome. I said, but then we're gonna contrast that with her holding a demon's head or arm, and so and I didn't even want her eyes to glow, because like usually like something like that you'd probably make the eyes grow and like her showing teeth. I just wanted her to look regular, so her face was like look normal, but it looked like intimidating, and she's holding like a piece of a demon's body, bloodied, and so I posted that on social media, and people went like crazy just over that image. And in fact, that's the image right there, the one you see here in the background. So I posted that, and people were going crazy. They were like, "Oh, when's this book coming out?" And at the time, I had no intention of starting the book because I was still doing Crescent City Monsters. But it was like the reaction to it was like amazing. Like after at that time, I was already working on Crescent City Monsters for like 3 years. I haven't seen that strong of a reaction for Crescent City Monsters that I saw with Keisha. So I was like, you know what? Let me put Crescent City Monsters on hold and like let's work with this. So I started to kind of just build on the story of Keisha, because originally, the way the story was started, I was doing some research on African demons, and then on Wikipedia I came upon this one story of a demon named Kishi, right? And so it was like a crazy demon. He has like a regular human head, but the back of his head, he has a hyena head. And he used to just go around seducing women and I think practically raping them and like having children with them, right? And so I was like, yo, this demon is wild. I was like, usually demons like they possess you or they do something else, but this guy's on some other level, like craziness.
No demon time for real.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, and so then I started like, for some reason like that, this demon just like, and then the fact that he had like there you go, that's the cover. And the fact that he had like a demon in the back of his head. Yeah, there you go. And then that's the cover for Crescent City Monsters.
Get them both. Tell them Nick sent you.
Yeah. So the fact that he had like a hyena for us on the back of his head, that's like, how does that work? How does he get all these women? He's got a hyena in the back. I was like, maybe he's invisible. So I'm like thinking about all this stuff, and then I'm thinking about like, okay, what if, because a lot of the stories or ideas I come up with are like what if scenarios, right? So I'm like, well, what if he has like all sons and then he has this one daughter, right? And I was like, and her name is Keisha, right? And it's like a play on his name. His name's Keisha. And at the time, I thought I was like a genius. I'm like, oh man, that's amazing. I was like,
you like, yeah, bars.
yeah. It's funny. Anytime I tell people that they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. So
it's like that is not the reaction I was looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was right.
But
right.
So I was like, all right, her name is gonna be Keisha because his name is Kishi, and I was like, and it'd be wild if he just hates his daughter, and then I was like, oh, you know what would be even wilder if she still loves him, right? She's like this crazy demon, so she doesn't hate her father for hating her. Instead, she tries to get his approval by eating her brothers. Her thinking is like, well, he doesn't love me because he's got all these sons. I'm just gonna eat all of them. So,
give them a reason.
Yeah, so I'll be the only one left, and he have no choice but to love me, right?
Now, don't give him too much. Now they gotta buy it. Don't give him too much.
You gotta go out there. Tell everybody where can they find your book. I want to get that.
Yeah,
stressed.
You can go to dreamfurycomics.com and you can purchase both Crescent City Monsters and Keisha Demon Eater. Yeah,
this is. I was sold already when you mentioned New Orleans, and I'm like, yeah. How many stories do we get?
I caught Crescent City Monsters at BlerdCon 2 years ago, and then I got Keisha Demon Eater this year, and I have not been disappointed yet. Now I heard you slip in. You were doing something new. So what's up? Spill the
Yeah. I mean, so maybe I guess it was the Villainous. Villainous came out. I guess maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. We did it. Both TJ and I, TJ Sterling of Ray Comics, of Joystick Angels. He and I collaborated on a book called Shattered Visions. It's a sci-fi book. It's
on Ray Comics.
It's a collab, so it's both Ray and Dream Fury Comics.
Okay. Stop playing with me, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah, and we got some really cool covers. We got
Joystick Angels is dope too, just so y'all know.
I love the name. I love the artwork. It's crazy. Joystick Angels.
That's another one I got the BlerdCon.
These are projects that if for people out here watching or going to be listening to the show tomorrow, I'm telling you, you need to go to dreamfurycomics.com and check out some of these properties. Don't check it out. Literally check them out. Go buy these joints. I'm not giving you an option.
Put them in the cart and check out.
That's it. Show your love and appreciation because these are dope projects.
Yeah.
These are dope premises. Man. The synopsis, like when you can catch, I'm a very visual person. And when I seen artwork, I'm like, yeah.
I saw the cover too. And then when I finally got the book, I was like, so the whole book is like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're in the comics, that means you're visual, which means the story cannot be that far behind. It can't.
Yeah. And that's a good point about the cover, because sometimes the cover is dope, and then you look inside, the artwork's not the same.
Yeah,
from
many a time.
From front to back, it's the same artist. That's why usually for Crescent City Monsters, and Keisha, I usually have Gian do the covers too. So what you see on the cover is the same artwork that you're gonna see on the inside.
That's the winning.
That's
the winning formula right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna come back with Newton, and we're gonna talk about some comic films or comedic films that should have been remade, should have gotten sequels, maybe not, and some that are just unmatched. So we'll be right back.
Teammate done scored enough points. I think you just need to get one answer right to win. You ready? Ready. Okay, name a podcast. Blerds Eye View. Who should have won that Oscar? Angela Bassett. Who did win the Oscar? Don't give a damn. Name a cartoon. Ed, Edd n Eddy. Name a guest from Question 1. Carl Jones. Alright, that did it. Congratulations, you won the Hellspawn cosplay. Now, we only need a one name. Hieroglyphics. You can stop now. Josh Evans. Chase Bogan. Josh Brown. Y'all cut the commercial. He gonna be on this for a while. Blerds Eye View. Be sure to peep the podcast on all platforms, or stream every episode on Always Press Record TV. APR TV now downloadable on Amazon and Roku. APR TV, the power of podcasting in the palm of your hand. Get it today.
All right. Shout out to Tafari for giving us that dope commercial for Always Press Record television. Like he said, you can catch us on Roku and Amazon Fire. Go ahead and download that. We have our special guest in here, Newton, from Dream Fury Comics. He was talking about Keisha Demon Eater. He was talking about Crescent City Comics. We're now talking about some comic movies, some comedies. Quite a few. It's been quite a few. And it's going to be kind of a roundtable discussion. I'm going to let y'all decide. Bad, good, should it have a sequel? Should it not have a sequel? The whole nine. Shout out to Lady Mandalore. I took a couple of her slots because I was like, let me get this now. But before I finish off, we still have one more piece of news. Aquaman 2 seems to get more bad news. It was supposed to come out, I guess, Christmas. And now it's coming out on December 20th, which is the same day as Ghostbusters as the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. They've already had to go back in and do reshoots because the testing for Aquaman 2 weren't good. This thing has been plagued from Amber Heard all the way down. This thing has been plagued with bad news. And now it just makes you wonder,
is it going to be worth it?
Is it going to be worth it? Is it even worth the time at this point?
I'm trying to figure out, how do you go from having a solid DC movie to where we had a good Black Manta, we had a good Ocean Master, you kind of set the tone for going into Lost Kingdom, and between that and now, we have doubts, concerns, because let's be honest, if the testing, I forgot what they call them. If the test trials really don't do well, that's usually the signs of a bad movie is coming.
Yeah. And Amber Heard had nothing. Actually, she had nothing to do with it. The scenes they cut out, according to them, the scenes they cut out, she wasn't really a focal point anyway.
Yeah.
So she wasn't a crux of the storyline. So,
I wonder if it had something to do with James Gunn joining DC and him kind of changing things around, right?
Well, I think it's a yes and no, because they're seeing what he's I'm trusting Gunn right now. I'm trusting Gunn. The projects he's already put out prior to Marvel, right, and then doing the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, I'm trusting his process. What is currently under the DC umbrella concerns me greatly. As much as I want winning for them, it just seems like each project is that has promise seems to perform even worse.
Yeah.
Black Adam was supposed to be a major hit, and despite what, I don't know what a lot of people were looking for, I got what I was looking for. Rock tearing stuff up. I was looking for that. That's what I got. So there. And
and then you
Shazam
got
too. Yeah,
and
Shazam.
you got a finger point in the middle of it all.
Yeah,
that's the wild part. The finger pointing between movies. It's like, and not to cut you off from Shazam 2, because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
and I know our co-part, Lady Mandalore, has a wonderful word for Shazam 2 that only she can put so much emphasis on. Only she can do that. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like you said, it's almost like, why does almost every project, and this is not to count Blue Beetle. The Blue Beetle trailer we witnessed
does look amazing.
Looks Absolutely amazing. And actually, there's a lot of, unapologetically Latino. I've got nothing against that movie. I want it to do extremely well.
Hell, even Gunn says, he's like, yeah, this could be very well part of my universe.
Yeah,
which says a lot.
But with Aquaman, it's like, Aquaman is one of the, and again, from a DC standpoint, one of the lesser known DC heroes. Not a lot of stories unless you are a truly dedicated fan, and you're going to know outside of Manta, of Ocean Master, of the Deep, of the Mother of all monsters. Unless you know of those things, your average casual moviegoer is not going to know Aquaman outside of Jason Momoa. Because let's be honest, he's eye candy.
You think so? Because I mean, he was included in the old school Justice League. And he had the it's like, I mean, he's not like well known, but I think he's known.
He's known, but that's the thing about it. Momoa is known for multiple things. I mean, but Aquaman as a character, not in the same realm.
Had to get that stigma off because of Super Friends. Had to get that stigma off.
And it didn't help that Peacemaker kind of took a shot at him too. Peacemaker kind of took a shot at Aquaman too.
Like Aquaman was up here, he's like, man, made $1 billion. They're not making jokes about me anymore. And then here come Peacemaker. He fucks fish. Damn.
And you know what who kind of messed up Aquaman too? The Boys, the TV series.
Yes,
the deep.
You can't help but think of Aquaman.
The Deep was the candle on it. Was the candle on the whole thing. I was just like, great. So
that was really good because he really did fuck fish.
Yeah, in his case, the Deep did. Yeah. So our main topic is comedy movies that could get sequels, maybe get remakes, or should not be touched because they're just unmatched. We're gonna go around. I'm not gonna name all of them because it's a lot. So we'll start with some of the ones that you had. We'll go Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
For this one, I want to say it can be done, but it is. Well, I know. Actually, let me strike this. It can be done, but it can't be done the same way that it was originally done because today's societal climate. Because a lot of the jokes that were in International Man of Mystery, what was it? 1999?
Yeah, 99, early 2000. Yeah.
So nearly 20 years ago.
Don't put age on it. Don't do that.
You couldn't. If you tried, it's almost like it's like the Blazing Saddles thing,
Oh yeah,
Blazing Saddles was great for its time. Could you do it in today's society?
Hell no. You could not get away with Blazing Saddles in today's society. No. It couldn't be remade anyway.
Yeah,
you can't. That's lightning in the bottle right there. So you say remake with stipulations.
Yeah, it'll be remade with stipulations.
Okay.
I'm thinking because it's comedies, that might be the rule for everything we discussed tonight, but we'll see. Because there's just like you said, the way society is today, there are just some jokes that are going to not go over well nowadays. They're like I tell people all the time who say that bring the Attitude Era back for wrestling.
Oh God, no!
Really?
No.
In this day and age, really?
You weren't there. Like, it shocked us then. You weren't there.
Like, there was what so you've seen is little clips in the memes. You weren't there for all of it,
right? I mean, that you might as well say bring back ECW from the '90s.
That ain't gonna work.
Bring that back and see how long that lasts.
Maybe,
but no, I mean, it's just like Austin Powers. Could you imagine trying to bring a character called Fat Bastard and trying to put him in a movie?
Oh, he's fat shaming. Yeah, that's the point.
To be honest, I think there's a lot of people on both sides that just are tired of the whole cancel culture. So I think I don't know. I really think that Austin Powers the movies will probably be even a bigger hit than it was before, because people be like, "Finally, it's back!" It's like, it's like
it took a minute.
Yeah,
so
I can see
it's funny. It's
like,
funny.
You couldn't even bring Mini Me back.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, and he's gone.
Like rest in peace, Vern Troyer, but you're not. No, they're gonna eat you alive in the theater, baby.
With those the little people community. Shh. You'll have TLC at your door tomorrow.
So off of Kira's list, we have This Is the End.
Oh, that's my shit.
Now, despite a certain character or actor that's in there, because there's two actors, they're not even friends anymore because of some stuff that he got embroiled in. But you're right, Nix. This movie's hilarious. This was a jam-packed celebrity film. Damn, if you were watching anything dealing with Pineapple Express, Danny McBride, that whole crew, Seth Rogen, that's this movie. All of them. And then Michael Cera and Rihanna, and just it was a slew of Backstreet Boys. Who would have thought it?
Michael Cera was so fucking funny in this movie.
It was so because it was so opposite of his the characters we have been seeing him play.
Just the bathroom scene, I was like, wow.
So
that was a brave man to take a hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and then oh, we're not even gonna talk about the some of the demon jokes that was taking place in there after it went down. This is a movie. It was extremely vulgar, and you had to look at it that way. And some might even say sacrilegious in some form. Could they redo this? There's no need for a sequel because if you know how it ends, you know how it ends. So I was like, so that's off the docket. I don't think it could be remade. It's one of them situations where
it's a one shot.
It's a one shot. It's so bad it's good type of thing. And to see how quick society broke down, I was like, like they broke down quickly.
I mean, it's in that same vein like Dogma. Yeah, you can only one shot Dogma. You cannot bring that movie back.
No way.
The fact that they were saying, it's sacrilegious to say Christ is your buddy. I'm like, but he is.
There's literally a song called "I Am a Friend of God."
I'm like,
the buddy Christ.
Yeah, the buddy Christ. I'm like,
we saying the same thing like a synonym,
right? I'm like, I don't understand. What's the problem?
Still seeing George Carlin as a priest.
That's what bothered him. It was George Carlin. That's what bothered him.
He's like, the church has always gotten a bad rap. So, Christ has always looked depressed on a cross. So we're gonna just change the image up.
Yeah.
You could not say, funny as all get out back then. You could not pull that off right now if you wanted to.
You couldn't air 5 minutes of a George Carlin stand-up in public without people looking at you like they're ready to kill you right now.
Oh no, you couldn't even.
Carlin, oh my god,
you couldn't even do
his stand-up. Still stands up to this day.
Yeah,
to this day.
Like everything he's talking about, you're just like, I was too young to know then.
The Nostradamus in talk.
Now I know.
him and Mooney.
Yeah, oh my lord. They somewhere sitting back drinking coffee right now saying we told the bastards. We did, didn't we? Yeah. So this is the end. I think I consider it one shot. What about you, Newton?
I'm not sure if I saw the movie. It sounds familiar, because you guys are talking about demons and whatnot, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Let me see if I'm trying to
imagine getting arrested for jokes. That's wild.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I just had to look it up. Yeah, I remember seeing this movie. Yeah, I do remember there was a lot of profanity, and they did like kind of just oh, what's up, Travis? They did. There was a lot of raunchiness and some sacrilegious.
Oh, they were out of pocket.
They said
now, and Danny McBride's defense, that spread that he made them did look amazing. However,
don't ask where it came from. Don't ask where it came from.
He was like, I just wanted to cook a meal for my friends. I'm like, yeah, but dude, you cooked all the food. Like, read the room. So yeah, I it's a one shot. It's a one shot. Here's another one out off of Will's list. Robin Hood Men in Tights. This is the first time.
No. Make it exactly as it is.
Yep. Make it exactly how it is. This was actually the first time we seen Dave Chappelle on screen.
Yeah.
And he was playing Little John when he was wearing Jordans. So
that was a chew.
That's my name,
man.
It wasn't raunchy. It's typical Mel Brooks humor. They, breaking the fourth wall, the whole nine.
And Richard, what's his name? God dang, he played the king, and I can't think of his last name right now. I would say Richard Marx. I could be wrong. He was never given his due for how funny he was in that movie.
Yeah. Like there was a lot of moments in Robin Hood Men in Tights. There was actually a couple years ago at some convention, there was a group of guys who actually dressed as the Merrymen, and they did the song and everything. And I'm like, I'm like, yes.
They can't do it.
Right. You're right, Damon. Goofy comedy, but funny. It was goofy and funny. It was like the stuff. It wasn't even supposed to make sense. It just did. Like we're gonna repossess the castle. They literally repossessed the castle.
I'm still laughing about the fact that just we
My man was sitting on the toilet. He was like, he's looking for toilet paper. It ain't no toilet paper because the castle gone. He don't even know because he's blind.
It's like, blinking. Oh,
Blinking, yeah.
The loyal servant, blinking. Oh God.
There was definitely some moments in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some moments in that one. This one. Do I want that one or that one? I could use a sequel for this one. Game Night.
Yes.
Game Night was outrageous.
Mm-hmm. I want another Game Night. Game Night really made me appreciate Jason Bateman even more. Because he can play the straight guy so well. He's just he can play it so well. It's just like the stuff he's dealing with. He's like, it always starts off like that. He's like, well, shit, no. Like, no. He always drives a Prius or something. There's always something. And he plays a straight guy. He was just like, he's the straight man in the room. And no matter what, he gets embroiled in something. Ask horrible bosses. That stuff, that was hilarious.
That's the reason why I appreciate him in the Ozarks. Actually, was the reason why, he was the reason why I watched the Ozarks. Why I watched Ozark on Netflix. He was the reason why I watched it.
Catalyst to what he's normally playing, and I can appreciate that. So, who was your other one? Will? Okay, we can go here. Here we go.
I had a list, but it's all across the board.
The Pest, starring John Leguizamo.
It can be. This is probably gonna be another. This is probably to me is gonna be another. It can be done, but it's gonna have some changes to it.
Yeah, because if you've seen so he plays a con man in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen the movie, let's just say there's going to be certain groups that's not going to like. There's just certain groups that, he's a con man, so he's costume changes. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'm like, I don't think that will go over well now.
Today's society, well, no, there might be some. Well, no. I mean, never mind. Never mind. It's not going to fly. It's not going to fly as high as they wanted to. Never mind.
No.
There are going to be groups after them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't see it. I mean, is there like what are you guys talking about? It's like
okay.
I don't mind spoilers, and I'm sure.
So he's a comedy. It's a comedy. Go ahead, Will, but it's a comedy.
No, I was trying to think about the best way I could say it because a lot of so John Leguizamo was probably one of his best movies because he was impersonating a lot of groups of people. Specifically a little too well to the point to where certain things can be considered stereotypes in certain restaurants that you could go to, that you could say, that they could geek on, and then might look at you funny, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the movie
you would not get away. You would not get away with it.
You wouldn't get away with it. The movie itself is funny, but I mean, that was late 90s. So trying to do it now, yeah, like Nick said, you're gonna have people at your door.
Do you think Eddie Murphy can't get away with the impersonations he did in Coming to America?
Considering the fact that he
did, because he did what? He did a Jewish person.
He did do a Jewish
person. He did. Okay, yeah, he did do a Jewish person. So, yeah. Everybody else was black, but he did do a Jewish person.
Yeah.
So.
But he did it well, though.
Yeah, I mean, he just said, "What is that?" I mean, that's all he really said. You know, what I'm saying?
I was like, "Taste the soup. What's wrong with the soup? Taste the soup. What's wrong with the soup? Okay, I'll eat the soup. Where's the spoon?" I was like, "That's all he did." But you know what?
Fu possible?
Tu Wong Fu could. So you know why? Tu Wong Fu. I'm gonna give Lady that. Tu Wong Fu can still pass. You know why? Because that group is bigger now.
And the only way I think it could pass if you get actual drag queens.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
That's the only thing. If you get the ones that know the culture and know everything, go with it. They will get a back. They will get a back like nothing else.
The people who won like drag race as the stars, absolutely, you're fine. Yeah.
But you never hear them tear down that movie neither.
No,
but to do a remake or even a continuation or a sequel, yeah, you're gonna need to go to that community.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way they're gonna let that fly. They be like, first time because you represented as well, fine.
Mm-hmm.
That was a different time.
But as far as the cast and crew, you are going to have to hire.
You better hire appropriate personnel.
You have to hire appropriate only.
Yep. Mama did name him Clay. Call him Clay. Here's another one, and I want to see a sequel for this one because this was hilarious. Bridesmaids.
Oh wow.
Maya Rudolph, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy. I call it, what if SNL decided to just do another movie together? Because Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph already are castmates from SNL anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've watched enough Saturday Night Live and Melissa McCarthy was a guest when they were on there, it was like she wasn't even a guest. She's part of the cast. That's it.
I can see that because I mean, shoot, The Hangover got 3 movies. Why not Bridesmaids?
Yeah, they should have stopped after 2 though.
Yeah, I mean, 3 was nothing but jokes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Bridesmaids is funny. Bridesmaids, you can actually do something with that.
Yeah. A sequel to Bridesmaids could be done again. I would say if you can't get the entire original cast back, make it a separately whole new wedding and just recast everyone
and go back to your SNL stable.
Go back to your SNL stable
because they're there. So find out what Kate McKinnon is doing. Get her in there.
That's right there. Kate McKinnon. Go ahead and see if Leslie's busy.
Yep,
she has to be in it as well.
Yep, you need to get the crew and get this thing rocking again. So yeah,
Ego Wodum. You have to get.
You
definitely have to get
Sesame Strong.
Comedy Bay, just so you know.
I'll go outside the box on that one. Add Dulce Sloan from The Daily Show to that.
Yes.
Add her to that. And
we definitely have to make it a more representative cast.
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Why is Roy Jr. in my head as someone that's trying to sell the dresses?
See, if we're doing SNL, I would have picked Bowen Yang, but he works too.
Yeah,
he works too. Bowen Yang does work. So either one of those two guys.
Yeah.
Here is a very nice one. Very nice one. And I think you'll appreciate this one. Because I still need this. We kind of got a sequel, kind of. Trading Places.
Yeah.
We kind of got one.
Kind of got a sequel.
Kind of got
a backdoor sequel. Yeah.
So yeah, we kind. If you watch Coming to America, you know what I'm talking about. We kind of got one. Also, one of the first times we didn't even know it then, but Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
My man was in everything. Before we even knew what was going on, he was in everything.
Not before Do the Right Thing.
Before Giancarlo before Do the Right Thing. Exactly. It was a time. It was a time. Who else do we got? Oh yeah. This one, had it came out back then, we would have taken a sequel. Now, this movie was such a lightning in a bottle.
Oh, dang!
Give me a second. Give me a second. I completely agree with you that this movie should not be touched.
Yeah,
However, if you gonna touch it, there are so many great Black comedians out there that it could work. Now, here's my thing. If you're gonna bring together a bunch of Black comedians to catch light in the bottle, don't do Harlem Nights. Do Uptown Saturday Night.
That would work.
My personal opinion.
That's how you talk it.
Yeah.
No,
leave Harlem Nights alone.
I agree.
Let's do Uptown Saturday Night.
Yeah.
I agree. I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, Uptown Saturday Night will work. I can see that. Because you ain't gonna get Harlem Nights again. I'm sorry.
It's that is a movie. Yeah, right. Leave it alone. That is a movie. That is a movie. Like when I say star-studded,
man,
Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Jasmine Guy, Layla Rashawn, Della Reese, Tommy Ford, Arsenio Hall, Charlie Murphy. Yeah, this was
Robin Harris.
Robin Harris.
Yeah.
This was a stacked. Danny Aiello. This was a stacked movie.
Yeah,
stacked.
Like it couldn't be doing it. It couldn't be done again. It couldn't be.
Although shout out to Eddie Murphy in life for referencing Harlem Nights. I know a bitch named Della hit harder than you.
Right. You know that was an ad lib. You know that was an ad lib. So that is a movie that you just cannot.
It doesn't get old.
It's hard. I'm with you, Knicks. Do Uptown Saturday Night.
Cause Harlem Nights, I mean, we could close the rest of this fucking show out with the quotables from that movie.
No, wait. That scene alone, when you look at Richard Pryor's face, he's just like,
go.
Get ready to be a rich nigga. Come next week. I'm knocking somebody the fuck out.
The way he got it out, that last end, got it right out. I'm like,
Della Reese
ass whooping.
Della Reese before she got saved. I always say before she got saved, she went touched by an angel. She was like,
"Where's the hash? That ain't hash, just tuna."
You got my mouth all ready for hash. And all you got here is tuna. What am I supposed to do with this bitch?
I felt her on that. That whole conversation. I felt her on.
He was sick of her shit.
You only got to swallow orange juice in here. Well, shut up and swallow.
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Quota was out of that one. That was a comedy gold type of film, and we needed something like that. Here's one that they've consistently talked about having a sequel. The lead actors even said that they're working on it. I just wish they would hurry up. Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes. Needs to happen.
Kung Fu Hustle and number one, it wasn't even Stephen Chow who's the lead, who was the director and the writer and everything, but they want the gold. You want to know who the gold was in that movie? They were the goats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. The couple was the goat.
Yeah.
We thought it was the three warriors who was hiding out in their little shanty town. And it turns out it was the couple.
The faded lovers. The
faded lovers. The faded lovers were no joke.
I was so surprised when she came. You know she was bad. The old boy was bad, but when she stepped up and he took a step back, I said, that's the dangerous one.
Yeah.
Anybody that will run you that fade with a cigarette in their mouth and it don't fall,
right?
Leave them alone.
But was it just me?
Yes.
Or it was like when in the scene where she chases him and she's got the rollers and she's got on the flip flops.
Yeah, and she was chasing right after him. She was chasing right after him. It was crazy. And I'm like, yo, everything else about this movie was cool. But when you seen the fated lovers fight,
yes,
you had to sit back and like, yo, hold on. All that drama, they was going against each other, but then when it came down to the battle, that's the ride or die right there. That's it's like they might argue amongst each other, but for a common cause.
But still, it's just
when he sat up there, he kicked that bell. He's like, "Pow!"
that part, but yeah,
he did that. Cracked that bell open. He's like, "This is all for you, honey. Do your thing. Do your thing." And she let out that scream, and I'm like, "Yo."
The fact that someone
world.
Why did it seem like it was like the lion's roar? That was supposed to be a myth. I'm like, you heard it and you still want to fight. I'm like, this is why you can't be a henchman in martial arts movies. When you see the first wave get taken out, what am I gonna do?
That's definitely a plus on my book. Is having something like that, because Kung Fu Hustle was the hit. Like I can still watch that. I can literally that's just a movie I can still watch because you know where it's going, and it's the typical martial arts trope. You're the lower than scrappy lead, and you're doing whatever you ain't got no business doing. But then you find out you can fight a little bit, and then you get your ass whooped badly. And then in the third act, you somehow are magically healed.
I'm sure about the fact where an old boy kept on punching him into the ground. He still found a way to slap every chance he got. And you see his little wrinkly hand just come up and just.
He was trying, boy. He was trying. What's going on, Tafari? He said, yeah. He said, "Yep, those were black belts." He said, "This is short. This is orange. You teacher, get in there." And teach. Oh my god! Oh, but yeah, those and it's more, just not on this list, but we have more that's coming down the pipe because I think this is something that needs to be revisited, and we do live in a society age where you can't take a joke. Man, leave Robert Downey Jr. alone. Tropic Thunder is a treasure. It's a satire. When you know what the joke is, then you get it.
Yes, that's one of the movies where you have to already be in on the joke.
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. This ain't no that meme that's running around with that meme that's running around right now with the scene from Civil War when they're all in there watching the screen. And they play that scene.
It's better not dissociate that. It's
the saucier line. The saucier line.
Some crawfish out the patty, yo.
The lines where at the beginning of the movie where they're acting out the end scene of the movie where he's like, "I hope y'all like hamburger meat because that's what I'm bringing to this here whirly bird. Come here, let me fuck up." I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Tropic Thunder. And listen, and look, another movie. Now, this is probably the most offensive movie in the fucking world. Have you guys ever seen movie 43?
Yes. God, yes.
What is that?
Oh my God.
Put it this way.
It's a vignette of a bunch. It's not even one whole. It's a movie, but it's like a bunch of clips it's a bunch of skits.
Featuring high-profile actors and actresses.
Oh my God, it's so
Halle Berry is in it. Hugh Jackman's in it. I think Kate Winslet's in it as well.
Yes.
It was
Kate Winslet. Yeah. Chloe Grace Moretz is in it. Emma Stone is in it.
Kristen Bell, Halle Berry,
Chloe Grace's skit was. Chloe Grace's skit was. I was like, "Yo, whoa,
the point was to be as offensive as possible." So you already have that registered in your mind. if you have that level of sense of humor, you can just kind of enjoy the movie for what it is. But man, even that movie was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
There is no fucking way.
No
way they could do a sequel to that.
There's several movies. Yeah, there's Ben Stiller has said, yeah, there's no way I could do Tropic Thunder now. There's no way I could do a Tropic Thunder. But like I said, there's literally a discussion between Robert Downey Jr.'s character and Ben Stiller. And Ben Stiller's like this big time action star, and he did a movie where he played a quote unquote, and this is what they said in the movie, a retard.
Yeah.
And the whole line was them talking, and Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Lazarus is telling them, but he's still in character. They're not even on camera. He's just still in character as the sergeant he's playing. And he was like, "You never go full retard. Remember Sean Penn? I Am Sam went full retard, went home empty-handed." I'm like, damn. like he wasn't wrong.
The logic behind it. You
Simple Jack, that's what his name is. He was there because he had played in Simple Jack. Because he was trying to be the next
I got a good bird. I'm sorry. That's wrong. I'm sorry.
It's
makes
so
my
offensive,
eyes
but it's
rain.
funny. The movie was so out of control. So we're getting ready to get out of here.
Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded.
Right.
Shoot at hand cards, autistic, show, not retarded.
No.
Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, slow, yes, retarded, maybe. Race on his legs, but
he was a war hero.
Ping pong tournament.
Yeah. He was a war hero. You're like, you ever seen retarded war hero? I'm like, yo.
Oh man.
Now, granted, for the people that's listening out here, we're not calling them that. We are quoting the movie. So I just want to let that disclaimer be out there.
These opinions of those who are part of the Bird's Eye View podcast or DYSB.
And this is why we say those movies cannot be made.
Like you can't. Tropic Thunder is classic gold. Blazing Saddles is classic gold. You know, these Harlem Nights, absolute classic. These are just movies you just can't recapture for several reasons. So to sit there and say, "Oh, I need a remake of that," or "I need a sequel of that," not necessarily. No, you might want to enjoy it for what it is.
You don't want to hear a bunch of white people sing "Camptown Lady."
Oh.
Come on, now.
Insert 2023's House Party.
Oh yeah,
don't do it.
Ooh,
it keeps popping up on my HBO Max list, and I'm like, nah, I ain't heard no good things. I'm
like LeBron. You should learn from Space Jam. You should learn.
Yeah, I tried.
That's geared more towards the kids. Yeah, I watched it. I'm like, I get it. It's geared more towards the kids.
My son even said, it's all right.
Space Jam 2 was a Warner Brothers promo machine.
That's all it was.
That's all it really was.
It actually made you say, "Oh, I didn't know they owned that property." Okay. I didn't know they owned that. And you're looking around at all the cartoons and the CGI characters, and you're just like, "Oh, I didn't even know they owned that property." Okay, that's okay. You know?
Oh god.
So we're getting ready to head out of here. I want to thank our guests, Newton from Dream Fury Comics, coming in and let me give him this. I need to give him this because the content that he's got, there we go.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to
Dream Fury Comics.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
We got to get
talking to you guys.
We got to get you back in because I like what you have put up. I like the content. I love what you got going on. The storyline is amazing. The art.
Get them books.
That art is definitely top tier.
When Nick said he had to buy a second copy and he wanted to put the art on the wall, but he couldn't pull himself to pull. I know what he's talking about.
Because I got the black and white and the color, and I was like,
can't do it.
It's enough for you to say, let me buy another copy of each and put those on the wall, only to find out I can't do that neither.
Couldn't do it.
Maybe I'll just come out with some prints of people's favorite pages. Maybe I'll do that. Just blow them up.
You making me spend more money? Okay.
Man,
I mean, it's for good cause.
I get it.
Hey, you're spending money. You're spending money to support the indie is support the indie scene. So I got no problem saying
do you know how many of them jokers? Look, I am still catching up on books that I still have yet to buy.
Yeah.
Who you telling? Let's compare lists later.
Yeah. You're right,
man.
Look, I gotta head up to the store tomorrow.
Before I forget to mention, there's a Black Comic Book Fest happening in New York City, specifically Harlem, at the Schomburg Center. That's next week, April 14th and 15th. And if anybody's in the New York City area, you guys should definitely swing by. I'll be there selling Crescent City Monsters and Keisha Demon Eater. This is like one of the best Black comic book cons or festivals. You know, it's along there with Blerd Con, and that happens in Washington D.C. It's one of those cons that's just full of Black folk coming together, supporting comic book creators, and it's dope. So if you're in the area, check it out. I'll be there. Swing by, say hello, say what's up.
Cool.
So there's a lot going on at that con, because also the Blerd's Eye View affiliate group, Otaku Noir, will be there as well.
Oh, okay.
And so shout out to them. If you want some, and I gotta put this up on the screen, because if you want, they're doing cereal boxes now. There's no cereal in it, of course, but Frosted this is the Frosted Fang. Let me get this over here so you can see it. There we go. If you like Vampire in Brooklyn, which we kind of need a sequel of, and see, I wasn't going to mention her because she's on my shirt, and I mean her as in Queen Angela Bassett. But yeah, if you going out there and you have a Blerd coin, and for those who have bought the Blerd blind box from Otaku Noir, you know what I'm talking about. They got a little gift for you. So, but if you go to otakunoir.com and you get whatever you're going to get from their site, you get a 15% code by typing in the code Blerd's Eye View. So if you type in Blerd's Eye View at checkout, you get a 15% code off, and off that great, awesome stuff where you get art and Legos and just stuff by Blerd creatives that will blow your mind. So you definitely want to check that out. Here we go. Bought some books recommended by other Black creators during Black History Month. That's right. That's how you support. Show your support to other Black creators out there as well, to show your love. And we can get great content like Keisha Demon Hunter. Or Demon Eater. I'm sorry. Keisha Demon Eater and Crescent City Monsters. You can get the art alone. The art alone. Because let's face it, when you buy a comic book, you don't see the writing right away. The art grabs you. When you get in the book, now you got the art and the wording and the story.
It's kind of like a goon approaching you. It's like the art just does this, right? And then the story just
smack. So
like, look at that.
Smacks you around.
Look at that. And that's just art.
And that's what both of these did. The art just
the art is thick. I love that type of art that just sticks out and grabs you.
It was Laney. That horror box was dope. Shout out to J Tunes and who else out? Slim Jones for doing some of the artwork in the latest Otaku Noir book or blind box. You still have time. You have till April 30th to get your order in. So thank you, Newton from Dream Fury Comics. Go to dreamfurycomics.com. Get those books today. Show your love. Otaku Noir, you might want to get a hold of them if y'all haven't done something already.
Yeah, we have. They
I get that Dream Fury Ray comics collaboration.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That way I can get that and some more stuff.
Right.
Right.
So Nix, tell them where you can find them.
Oh man. First of all, thanks again for having me. I did pick my socks up, so I won't forget them this time. Nix DYSG. Do You Speak Geek is the podcast. Do You Speak Geek is the social media channels and networks. Tomorrow, me and the boy Dono drop April version of First Friday Fights, where we just take two characters and have them kind of have a versus. This month we're doing Wonder Woman versus Android 18.
Ooh.
So
Oh shit.
Ooh.
yeah. So that should be fun. That drops tomorrow. And at some point tomorrow, I'm sorry, you thinking about it?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
I'm like, damn it.
That's an interesting fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle now. All right, now we talking.
Yes. So, also, coming the next Friday, the 14th, I believe that is. I will have a new DYSG live with a former co-host of Blerd's Eye View, the one and only Miss Candy B. She will be in DYSG live with your boy, kicking it, having a little good time. And sometime
I may pop in there for just for a moment because the 14th is my birthday, so I may pop in there for a hot minute and mess with her. You know, I'm gonna be texting her all week anyway. I'm like, I see it as Saturday, so I'm gonna be.
That sounds like a plan.
She's like Christopher. She's the only one outside of my wife that could, in my mother, that could say my full name.
Right.
I'm like,
I guess I said on Facebook, like my blurred friends, don't call me by my government name. It sounds weird. Like just don't do it.
Like it makes me cringe.
But also at some point tomorrow, Chris, and you know the tone, there will be a new black and white video coming tomorrow. There's just been something that I've been trying my best to keep quiet about, and I just can't be quiet about it.
I think I know. Is it between a certain creator?
Yes,
I thought so.
I've tried to shut up about it.
I thought so.
Pull up on the sermon, sir. Pull up on the sermon box.
I can't stay quiet any longer.
I got a Clip Tuesday show because we spoke on it. Will took it from me, but I was like, I was going to mention it.
Yeah,
It was. Here's the thing: you got to do better,
right?
And we will hold you accountable.
I was all good until you said my name. I don't mean Nix. I don't mean Chauncey. I don't mean Do You Speak Geek? But you said Blerds.
Yeah,
I was all good until you said my name.
Yep. See, I'll tell you. I say it in a second. I say it in a second. It's gonna be part of my sign off. Black Spartan.
Yes, I am Black Spartan, also known as Blackbox447 on all socials. Definitely follow me as I usually do reviews on everything that I watch, that I read, that I play, even gym stuff. Although right now the gym's kind of looking like a distant memory because my son has arrived and I've got to find my way back. I don't get me wrong. I love my son. I love him dearly. I gotta get back to the gym.
You gotta find balance now. You gotta find balance.
I gotta get back to the gym eventually. But anyway,
what you do is you take the jungle gym and you set 2 full boxes of diapers on both sides. And 10 sets of those.
You kidding me? My wife watched me every time I pick him up, thinking I'm gonna curl him. she thinks I'm gonna curl the boy.
What you gotta do, man? Do what you gotta do. Deadlift the baby.
Deadlift the baby.
Oh my god.
Not deadlift the baby. Oh man. Anyway, I do have a couple of podcasts, guys. I do have my political podcast called How the Frack We Got Here every Wednesday and Saturday on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, especially the stuff that we covered in my home state of Tennessee, because we are the Wild Wild West, apparently, and they show they don't like black people, but that's a whole other story. I also do have another podcast, my co-pilot Joe Tonello, called Get Bit Podcast. It's a video game podcast every Friday that can be found on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Also on the Blerd's Eye View website, I am the wrestling commentator, if you will, for the site. Why? Basically because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Candy for that one, especially since the Empire has struck back. Ooh. Vince has returned, and he is taking over. And
wait, that's not J. Jonah Jameson?
Yeah, I almost thought to call him Versante Fernando for a minute.
Yo,
John Holmes.
Real quick, I saw the craziest but most accurate analogy about WrestleMania weekend. I posted on CCW Podcast. By the way,
wait, is that the one where you got back with your ex on Saturday? And
yes,
okay.
Night one of WrestleMania was like falling in love and getting back with your ex. Night 2 was realizing why you broke up with him in the first place.
accurate.
Very accurate.
So accurate. But yes, wrestling, unless if you're in the WWE universe, is not a good time for you. But aside from that, guys, again, I'm a very social person. I can talk to almost anybody. I like having conversations. Just have one rule: just don't be a dick. And also at the same time, guys, this year I'm saying this more. Be more supportive, be more unifying. Don't be like certain people.
Mm-hmm.
You know who you are, sir. And
that's why it's crumbling now. That's why your supposed empire is crumbling. Exactly.
If someone is making it or somebody gets the bag before you, just say thank you. It's a lot easier to be appreciative than to be salty. And again, support those that are just trying to support others. And if we support those and support others, we will all come up. That's the thing about it. As what did Hellspawn Cosplay once say, there's plenty of room to eat this table. You just got to make your own goddamn plate.
That's it. That is it.
Thanos died in the movie, you dumbass.
There it is. You're gonna use the analogy. Use it right. Going on, Queen Jasmine. Yeah, Cody's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna be a crow version of the stick. Jesus Christ. So, as Nick stated and as Black Spartan stated, let me tell you something out there, people. And this is directed towards a certain person because I'm not going to mention your name here. But you called all the Blerds out. You want an army. You got one. Shout out to the Mighty Zoe. Go follow her up. Mighty Z, dope content creator. She's doing some great things. She talks about Black female comic book characters, and she breaks down their connotations and everything. Dope creator. Give us some love. Ain't no mass reporting going on these parts. We don't do that over here. But what we do is protect our Blerd brothers and sisters who are just making content that keeps us all entertained. Now, the fact that you called yourself Black Thanos, you about to get dusted. I'm just saying.
And I am Iron Man.
Like you're about to get dusted. They coming for you, and they coming for you strong. There's no helping you. You keep putting your foot in.
You asked for the smoke. You're
right. That's right, Jasmine. Protect Black women, and that's what we do here. We protect our Black women.
This is what you're doing. This is what you
need to do. That's what you're like. You're doing one thing. We need you to do something else. Shout out to Midnight Comics. They dope. Some dope people.
Ain't saying shit.
Right.
So until then, everybody, you know how I do at this show. This is a safe space. Truly a safe space. This is a space for all Blerds of all sizes, creeds, backgrounds, and colors. Understand, you got a home here. This crew will tell you. This crew will tell you. Past guests will tell you. Viewers will tell you. Subscribers will tell you. I stand on my word. That's right. Snatching stones out of his hands. That's enough. Corner now. That's right. That's right. But until Tuesday, we'll be back 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to our guest Newton for talking about Dream Fury Comics and talking about Crescent City Comics.
Salute you, my bro. Salute you
all day long. All day long.
Keep that shit coming. Keep it coming.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
You can catch Blerd's Eye View on Always Press Record now, which is Roku. So if you have Roku or Amazon Fire, you go to alwayspressrecord.com, download it completely free, and you can see season 8 and 9 on your TV. So you can hear us on your phone, in your car. You can watch us on YouTube, on your computer, and your laptop. And now you can watch us in your living room or your bedroom. But I prefer not to be in your bedroom because that's meant for other action. So,
baby, I don't know what it is. It's his voice.
I don't need that action. I don't want
you still watching Blerds.
We named our son Chris because
I don't want to end up coming to BlerdCon next year. And I'm like, yeah, we named him Little Fury. That ain't what it. That's not what it. No, I don't know you, lady.
Why would you do a thing like that? Oh, boy. My dad named me after how I got here. Oh,
my mama said my dad's name Black Dynamite.
His name is Black Fury Mandalore. Like, what the fuck would you do that?
Like, where does that even come from? So, but like I said, you can catch us on IG. Go to Blerds Eye View on IG, and then you can find a link tree in the bio where you send you to all the great places, including Facebook, Blerds Eye View Podcast, and you can also catch us on Twitch, Blerds Eye View 1. And if you go to the YouTube channel, Blerds Eye View, and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, you will see all these past episodes. You'll see shorts, and Chris and the Fury's reaction reviews will be coming back. Just got to make some time for them now. Just got to make time for them. And shout out to our guest once again. And thank you, Nix, my brother, for stepping in. We're going to come back. We're going to be revisiting this once again. This is always fun when I do these little breakdowns and stuff like that. So anytime we can do something like this and just joke about it and actually make sense of everything, I'm all for it. So until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. Chris Fury, I'm the man on the wall. This is my crew. Thank you to Newton from Dream Fury Comics. Go over to dreamfurycomics.com, get some of that action that they got over there, have some fun. And until Tuesday, go watch us on the other stuff. We're out.